Uh, how's everyone been, dude? Prodigy's Prophecy, episode 3. We're live, dude, in a spare room we got so far. It's about to be my office room for this podcast and my work and everything. But, yeah, so here we are, dude. Chilling, big chilling. Today, my fiance, Destry, is 31 weeks pregnant, so I'm super excited. The baby shower is Saturday, February the 29th. It's almost there. We're almost there. So, there's that. I'm really excited. I've been working a lot lately, moving up, with the chance to move up and other things. Just doing good, being happy. We're at a good spot spiritually in our relationship. We're like super close with God, and we've been going to church and everything. And like, I don't drink, barely at all, if at all, anymore. I still, I can enjoy drinking. I'm going to drink on my baby shower, but I'm going to drink to celebrate, not because I'm bored or not because there's not shit else to do. Like, there's always something to do. So I'm just going to, I'll drink for celebration, obviously, for Jameson. We're, at the baby shower. There's going to be a lot of huggies and chuggies, bro. That's David Macias coined. Shout out to my boy, David. All right, so it's February 27th. Tomorrow's my little sister's birthday, Erica LaFawn. Shout out to you, little sister, if you're ever watching. If you're not, I understand. I'm not that impressive. But, yeah. So everything's kind of just moving. Good time of year. Spring's coming. It's my favorite time of the year. My birthday is in April. My kid's birthday is about to be in April. My kid is about to be born. We're 31 weeks. We're like getting closer and closer. The weeks are just going by. I feel like I've become an expert. I feel like I've become a pregnancy expert all of a sudden. And I didn't really plan to make this video right now. I was about to go get an oil change, boring stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck, man. Don't fall back into not doing a video for a year, just who cares if you have content? Who cares if you have a topic to discuss? Who cares if you have, whatever, some beautiful world to sell? Like, no, it's just stay consistent. You know what I mean? Just do what you say you want to do and stick to it. You know what I mean? And the life's going to come. I've been talking to Aubrey. She's all super excited. Like, she'll watch some of the videos I've done and she'll just be like, she's super excited to be on a video. And Braden is too. And obviously Jameson's going to be Destry. She will like doing it once. She doesn't have to, but if she does want to be on the video, she's more than welcome. Obviously, she's my beautiful wife, and I want everyone to see that. But, so, yeah, basically just prepping for the baby, man. It's getting easier. I'm not stressed like I was. I'm like at a good headspace. I'm actually just like at a very motivated headspace. Josh met, so I'm at a good spot with my position at work. Like I could get into an even better spot. Like, don't want to get my hopes up or anything or jump to conclusions, but it's at least trending in the right direction. I'm trying to get a lot of my people, people I mess with, well, like David Macias and Josh Metzler and everything, hopefully on the same company as me. We could all like grow a super cool brand. Like, that's what we're going for right now. So, anyways, yeah, it's just been cool, nothing crazy. It's Thursday. I'm about to go get an oil change, clean out my truck, my fire extinguisher, bro. I have a fire extinguisher. I'll tell you, it's not really important. But it basically went off. My damn fire extinguisher went off in the back of my truck. Freaking annoying. It's like yellow and shit. I have to clean it up. But, yeah, so time is going by kind of quick now. This last trimester. For me, it is. I hope it is for Destry, but she seems like we kind of seem like we have a good teamwork going right now and good like motivation, for each other. She motivates me a lot when I feel tired from working, like, 60, 70 hour weeks. She's always there to help me out. Like, I always come home to a clean, um, really good, clean apartment. Like you could tell she really, she valued just like wanting me to come home to something nice, which is really cool. And I'll come home to like a good dinner almost every single night. She'll always, clean, decorate and, just spend time with Aubrey and Braden and everything. And it's just, to me, it's important. The most important thing ever. And it's the best thing to come home to is, just how her vibe is. Her vibe will just change a long day at work to just another day of living because I come home to my family. Aubrey's happy to see me. Dusty is just, it's like perfect. To me, it's my, storybook, my storybook idea of what I always hoped love was. You know what I mean? And it's starting to become more and more like it just feels like, like, honey, I'm home. Oh, the kids hug me. Dusty sitting there cooking dinner. The house is clean and she's just being cute and sweet and comes give me a hug. And I don't know. I just enjoy. I'm a family man for sure. Like, it's definitely right up my alley. I'm glad. I'm grateful for what I got, and I'm just super excited for when Jameson's going to be here too. Like, I know it's cutting really close. Like, the only thing, obviously, I'm sure she's thinking the same thing. I'm nervous, obviously, about the labor. I'd have never been through some shit like that. You know what I mean? And just thinking about it as it gets closer, like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do something crazy? Or, like, I know I'm going to be there, obviously, with her, but I don't know, like, all the details, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to me to think, like, I start thinking about it more and more, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. But one thing I will say is, I tell Dusty all the time, like, she's looks more beautiful than I've ever seen her look right now. Like, you always hear about it when like when you're an outside person and you're not the one having the baby and you're kind of just watching someone else have a baby, some other couple, then you realize you're not really invested into what pregnancy is and like how beautiful it is and like what's going on and everything and just how beautiful it is. Like the baby was the size of a pomegranate seed when we first found out, you know what I mean? And now it's like a freaking coconut. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like right there and just watching that whole growth happen and then just seeing there is just saying as like a pregnancy glow. Like Dusty has like to me like this glow around her. Like like I don't know, it's so cheesy. I'm trying to not say it in a cheesy way. You know what I mean? But it is true. There's a pregnancy glow and it's just like a healthy, just like beautiful thing of you carrying like a life and creating it inside. It's just like that's when you really see what's beautiful in the world. Like it's funny because there's a lot of people out there who just like, oh, like thinking the dumb stuff about pregnancy. Like, oh, what about, like, I was like, oh man, I used to be the same, I used to be similar until I was having the baby myself. Like, you don't even care about anything, like the old fights that you used to have and like the, the physical, like, like intimacy or whatever, like a big thing was just like, oh yeah, like my friends and I used to be dumb and shit. I'm talking about, oh yeah, boobs get bigger when they're, you know what I mean? Like dumb shit like that. Like, that doesn't matter. Like what matters, like you don't even care about that kind of stuff. You just care about like the baby getting bigger, you getting closer to your wife and like, just bonding through this moment. It's like a really special moment. Like you don't realize what you're going through together until you're going through it together and you just learn to love each other in a way different way than you ever did because now you have this life you created together and it's like special because we have so much love for each other. We have so much love for that kid together. It's just like such a strong unit. And then we obviously already have a family that we love and like that we've been building towards and working hard for, like we've been talking for over a year, me and Dusty. So it's not like we're brand new anymore. It's like we've been through the hard stuff. We've been through the tough times of pregnancy and, we've been through the things that are meant to like try and tear us apart, but it just doesn't because we love each other. Like we do genuinely love each other. It's just getting better. And, it's like a light at the end of the tunnel. Not for, I'm not saying in pregnancy way, I'm just saying from like how, where we're going. We like, Rome wasn't built in a day. The family me and her are trying to build is something that's like beautiful, long lasting, close knit, loyal, trustworthy, like really important things that we're building, that you have to be patient with each other as you learn each other, and like really learn a lifetime of learning of each other. You know what I mean? But it's like I've never wanted to do it with someone more than her. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful just the more time that passes. It's just like it started with me like at Whirlwind making $16 an hour, you know, not much responsibility. That's when we first started talking. And now I'm just, now I'm doing a lot better, work wise. And like she's been like a huge motivator, but like not even directly. It's not like she's been a direct motivator to me. It's just since I've had her in my life, I have grown as a man. My responsibilities have grown, my heart, all my bad habits are like dropping off more naturally and everything. Like I'm getting better jobs. I'm growing in my career, like naturally being around her. It's not like she's sitting there saying, hey, go get another job, go get a better job. Hey, do this, hey, do that. It's just like, I naturally want to be better for my family. It's like, it's weird. It's weird. It's people I don't know. It's like, she's not sitting there nagging me and wanting to freaking, you know, be annoying. She just, her presence makes me a better person. You know what I mean? Makes me just naturally fall into a better lifestyle, just having her around. And that's what she's done for me well before we knew we were having a kid, well before we knew about any type of new jobs. Like we've been rocking with each other for a while and we've just grown together, which is, to me, is like a really good part. Like we have a good effect on each other. Like we both make each other better, which is obviously what love should be. So I love the shit out of Dusty Baird. That'll be Dusty LeVon someday. I love Jameson. I love Aubrey. I love Braden. I love the whole family, man. And it's like, it's cool how like natural it's becoming for me. You know what I mean? It's actually becoming like normal. It's my reality. It's what I want my reality to be. I don't care about like partying anymore or like anything crazy. Like, sure, yeah, I can hang out with my buddies and, have a drink or two. That's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like, they're still my buddies. They're going to be my brothers the rest of my life. You know what I mean? But I'm not like, hey, I'm bored. Let's go drink at the bar. Or, hey, I'm bored. I'm going to come over and buy a 30-pack. Like, I don't do that shit anymore. Like, I used to. And it's like, I don't even think to anymore. I just work and I enjoy time with my family and friends. And it just makes life simpler. I keep my circle tight. I keep my circles, tight knit, and it's paid dividends for me because I just have a love and respect for everyone that's in my life. And, it just simplifies all problems and it just makes me trust the right people and trust God more importantly. Like a huge thing that makes everything better and easier is just having faith in God. Having faith that the decisions you're making are for the betterment of you in the future. If you always make that decision, like, you know what, this is going to help me become who I want to be in the future, then just make that choice. And don't make that choice with the intent of seeing the results. You know what I mean? Like, just make the choice because you're trying to be a better person. Like, think in the future. Think 5 years from now. Think 10 years from now. Where do I want to be? How much do I want to grow? Where's my ceiling? Do I want a ceiling, or do I just want to keep growing until I find it? You know what I mean? Like, don't be a victim to circumstance. You know what I mean? Don't be a victim to life. Be a victor. You know what I mean? Like, don't give your energy where it's not reciprocated. You know what I mean? If you're giving 100% in this area and you're only getting, 50% back from that energy that's capable of giving you 100, stop focusing on it and give your 100% to something that you're going to get 100% out of. A hobby, a goal, your physical fitness, your mental fitness, your whatever you're trying to grow in, whatever your skill set is going to, whatever's going to make you feel better as a person, no matter what it means. Like, what make me feel better, if I read a book, one book a week, or whatever dumb, not dumb, but whatever your niche is. Like, oh, I'm going to, I want this, I'm going to work this hard to get to this point in life, to where I could do these things, whatever those, blank spots are your fill-ins, you know what I mean? I want to be a blank, whatever your blank is, like for me, I want to be a public speaker. I want to be I want to have a podcast, you know what I mean? You speak it into existence. Or I want to be a leader in life, you know what I mean? Like whatever your I want to be is, or I want, and just make sure it's like with the right intentions and the a pure heart, dude, and faith in God. And you'll get to those points because you're capable of taking them on. A lot of times when God wouldn't give me what I wanted in the past, I would always be annoyed, like, why the hell? Like, come on, God, help me out here. And what I found out was, like, if God would have given me those things at that time, I wouldn't have been capable of taking those on. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be capable of doing what I wanted to do because my priorities and my focuses were in the wrong spots, to where it's like I didn't deserve what I wanted because I wasn't focusing on what I wanted. So what I did was just kept my nose to the grindstone. I kept growing. I kept not doing things. I haven't, like, for what it's worth, I haven't done acid, dude, in 5 years. And it's like, you look at my last 5 years, everyone talks about Jim Carrey, right? Jim Carrey wrote a fucking check to himself, right? For $5 million that he said he was going to cash in 5 years. So mine's obviously, well, it's obviously not the same, but in that time, my 5 years that I haven't done acid, I said to myself, I'm not going to do acid anymore, and I got a 5-year plan. And at the time, bro, like, when I was saying this shit, dude, I'm telling you, I was 19 years old, I was, fried. My brain was just like, people thought I was perma-fried. I was schizophrenic, you know what I mean? And that's what the labels would put me as. But, I was misunderstood. In my eyes, I was just like, nobody understood where I was coming or what I was trying to get across, because I had so much, like, hope and faith in a good world. Even though everything around me was shit, I kept having a faith for a good reality. Faith that everything was going to be, where I wanted it to be. And life isn't against me. I'm against myself. I've put myself in these positions that I'm uncomfortable with. If I hate my life, it's because I put myself here. You know what I mean? It's not because life is miserable. Life is beautiful. Life is the way you look at it. Life is perspective. You know what I mean? If you have a good perspective and you have a pure mindset towards what, you have a childlike faith towards what life you're living in, you're going to get out of life good. You reap what you sow. You know what I mean? You guys have heard my whole story from when I stopped acid and this and that, blah, blah, blah. That was a 5-year plan at one point. At the very beginning, that was my 5-year plan, was to get to where I'm at now. And people, when I first said, I was scared to say it out loud because people were going to mock me and think I couldn't do the shit, right? So I started saying it. I started kind of like being more vocal about it and, like, speaking about it. And now it's like getting to that point where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm here. I'm 5 years later. And if you would have talked to anybody 5 years later, they would have been like, at least I'm not as bad as James. Like, that kind of vibe. Like, well, at least I'm not that. You know what I mean? Like, but what people don't understand, what people need to understand, is that I was at my lowest then. I was behind everybody then. Like, this is me. This is everyone else, right? Way up here. Everyone's like, oh, fine. At least I'm not as bad as him. At least I'm not as bad as him. But with that mindset, so they're like, oh, I'm not at least I'm not as bad as him, right? So they're like, okay, I'm good. So they're ceilinging out their growth. They're capping out their growth right here, right? And I'm way back here, and I'm just like, man, man, I'm at a bad spot, dude. Like, I still have faith in the world. I still have faith in myself. I just got to pull myself out of this shit. I got to reap what I sowed, which was a bunch of bad, dumb, immature shit. I'm going to have to get over that, and then I'm going to start reaping the good that I've been giving. You know what I mean? I got to give good and get shit for a while. You know what I mean? I have to give good shit, and I got to get bad shit back because this is my karma, and I'm trying to change my karma. That's why I'm making the choice now to start living better, right? So I start inching my way up, and then, you know, some people are falling back a little bit. This is all different people, these fingers, you know. One person falls back, one person goes up, one person's here. But little do they know, they keep just saying, oh, at least I'm better than James, you know what I mean? And then I start getting, but what they're not doing is every single day I'm focusing on being better than yesterday's me, right? So it's just inch, inch, inch every day, every single day, no matter what it is, just be better than yesterday's me, right? Even if I started way back here, I'm going to be better than yesterday's me. I just keep better than yesterday's me, better than yesterday's me. Then you know what I mean? Like, these guys are still like, oh, at least I'm not as bad as him, you know? So they stopped their growth because they're not comparing themselves to yesterday's them. They're comparing themselves to me or people like me that are lower than them. You know what I mean? And they're not focusing on, hey, I should be better than I was yesterday, even if I'm at a good spot, so I could keep moving up. But look, you know, and then it gets to the point to where, you know, now I say 5 years later, I'm over here, and these people are like, oh, I love James. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like James is so this. You know what I mean? It's just like, it becomes ass backwards, but it's just, it's part of the culture we live in. You know what I mean? And it sounds like rambling. I could have went further with that whole analogy, but it's just like, I'm sure you guys get the point. And I don't know why, like, this was like a totally, if I'm being honest, this video was like, you know, totally random, spur of the moment. Was just like about to leave to go to an oil change. I'm like, no, you know, like, do the video. And it's cool because I'm getting more comfortable in front of the camera. I don't feel like I'm like overthinking anything I'm saying. You know, I'm just trying to like, it's like I'm talking to each one of you guys individually. Like, anyone who's watching these videos has talked to me, you know, one-on-one before, you know, has talked to me in person. It's like, no different, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. It's like, you're just sitting here hanging out with James, you know, talking like he always does. Always talking about weird shit, and talking about life, talking about crazy shit, talking about his baby on the way, and like, you know, like, that's what I want, you know, it's just part of what I'm just trying to do. For some reason, I enjoy, like, this is what I enjoy, and definitely is going to matter when, you know, my kids grow up, and they could at least look back on these and be like, hey, like, look at that. You know what I mean? Like, that, to me, that stuff's priceless. And it's what family's all about, you know, what life is all about. Life is all about purpose, and you got to find your purpose. And to find your purpose, you have to take the right steps, bro. Like, it took me, you know how long I worked hard to be like a good person and make right decisions and do right by God, and, you know, try to improve, and just like, I kept feeling like you know, like a confused spot. I never really knew what it was all for, like trying to really hard to find my purpose. And like, when you are out there trying to find your purpose, if you haven't found it yet, and you're like soul searching, and you're just trying to find out what everything's all about, and who, you know, what is this world? Who am I? You know what I mean? Like, we're all figuring that out every day. But if you're figuring that out and you're like, you know, really struggling with it, for one, you could contact me, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, you know what I mean? And two, you know, it's just, there's teamwork. You're not alone, you know? As much as you may feel alone and like no one understands, they may not understand your exact experience in life, you know what I mean? That shit will cut deep to you and only to you, you know what I mean? Because only you felt what you felt at those times, that you feel like you're so alone because no one can relate to you. But what you have to understand is there's common relation in the fact that we have both been through heartbreaking things to us. You know what I mean? The pain you felt and the pain I felt, you know, are the same, but for different reasons. You know what I mean? And the joys we have felt, you know, the actual emotions and the recovery and you know, all that kind of crap. It all goes here. Sure, everyone's is different, but everyone, all they want to do is feel like someone's got their back, you know, like someone's felt these emotions before and has been at the point of whatever, you know what I mean? It just, no one should feel alone. No one should feel like they can't talk to someone. There should be no suicides with anybody who watches me, you know what I mean? If you watch my videos and you see what I, you know what I mean? I hope that there's no one on my Facebook friends list that would ever, you know, kill themselves, you know what I mean? Or YouTube, you know, any of that crap, or anybody that even has any association with me. I hope one day, if you're ever, like, if someone was ever, like, even close to doing something dumb and somehow my video pops on their feed, that's why I do this kind of crap, you know what I mean? For that one person that needs it, that one person, and hopefully there's more than just that one person, you know what I mean? Hopefully there's a lot of those one persons that just need you know, need to hear someone who's just, you know, raw and gets it, bro. And it's just like, I know that's what I needed. I'm basically doing what, like, I'm talking to my past self, you know what I mean? And if there's anyone in the same position I was in my past, that's who I'm talking to, you know what I mean? Is because I knew how I felt at those times, and I knew that I needed, this is what I would just imagine if I was flipping through Facebook back in the day when I was at my lowest and I seen a video of someone doing what I'm trying to do, you know, that would have made a huge difference. That's why I'm doing it. I would have been that one person. I have been that one person for my own videos. You know, I know that there's something out there and there's something to do. It's like it's a calling, bro. It's a spiritual calling more alone than anything else. You know what I mean? Prodigy's prophecy is like, what the hell I'm doing, bro. That's my brand, and I'm making time for it now. Josh Metzler is still supposed to be on. He's been out there grinding. He's been fucking, you know, got like 8 interviews in the last 3 weeks. He got 2 jobs. You know, he's just grinding. He's on the same, you know, just up and up, you know, and definitely, you know, I can't wait to sit here next to him, you know, doing the same shit. You know, I could just see this empty spot right here, dude. Josh Metzler, dude, I'm telling you. It's already fits perfect. I know you guys know. But yeah, just stay patient. We're going to keep grinding, keep doing this shit. We're both, you know, obviously busy, obviously crazy, you know. But if you're that one person, bro, I hope to God, you know, you can relate to me. And I also hope that if you're ever feeling at a low enough point, you reach out, you know, and you make the effort to, you know, have communication, to be like, hey, you know, honestly, I'm going through this, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, no, nothing intended, you know what I mean? Just support. There's power in numbers. Teamwork makes the dream work. You know, you work together. You know, you find common goals. You know, you find people who are like, man, I'm all, you know, I'm trying to, you know, I am all about God. I'm all about having hope in the world. I'm all about having faith. Surround yourself by those people. You know what I mean? My circle has been shortened, bro, because I've been around the victims in life. You know what I mean? The people who are just like, you know, it's never their fault. There's always, you know what I mean? Like, oh, the world hates me. I'm so unlucky. Like, no, like, that shit's not, you know, that's not the vibe I'm going, bro. No. The world is not against you. You know what I mean? Your biggest enemy is yourself, your own thoughts, your own choices, your own decisions, your own goals. That is life. Life is you. Your life becomes your perspective. You know what I mean? Your vice versa. Your perspective becomes your life. You know what I mean? And vice versa. It coincides with each other. Your life becomes your perspective, and your perspective becomes your life. Make those work. Make your life and your perspective beautiful. You know what I mean? If you have a beautiful perspective, you'll have a beautiful life. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. If you have faith in God, you will. And it's not going to just fall in your lap. You know what I mean? You're going to keep working for it. Do it every day. Don't do it for results. It's not a result-based decision to be, you know, to make that faithful decision to walk with God and to walk with your own faith and where you're going, and you know what I mean, and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, your faith is your walk. You know, if you don't have faith in your own walk, when you start having faith in your own walk, you're going to, and you do it every day. You don't do it for results. Like, don't just be positive and faithful for a week and be like, why the fuck didn't I get a good job? Like, fuck this faith thing. Like, no, do it every day. Do it for months. Do it for years. Do it forever. That's it. 30 minutes right there. There's an episode. Cutting it down. Cut it down 10 minutes. Hopefully everyone's down with it. Boom, 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 bro. Prodigy's Prophecy. Soon enough, bro. The homie Josh will be here. Lil Jameson will be right here on some episodes. Obviously, you guys will all fucking see my cute ass and Aubrey, beautiful ass. Braden's cute little self. Damn, we're gonna have the whole family, dude. I'm growing this into something and I'm continuing it now. Still growing. It's still getting a little better. I'm getting a little more comfortable in front of the camera. I'm just trying to stick with it. Stick with me as I stick with it, bro. And, keep rocking with what I fuck with. It's like, it's all positive from here, man. If you want, and you're more than welcome. Any of you guys, topics, come on the show, bro. Come on, sit with me, bro. It's literally, all I'm doing is sitting here fucking talking. Basically, come and say, hey, come hang out. That's all I'm there. Come hang out, record. Bam. Good conversation. And you have something to say, you have your own motivation to give. You have your own story to be like, hey, man, like, I was listening, and it kind of reminded me of, like, at this point in my life, and he's right, perseverance. We're trying to spread positivity and perseverance and strength and hard work, and, that's why Josh Metzler is a freaking awesome, person to have with me, and, a lot of them, everybody. But Josh Metzler is the one, he's committing big time with me, and I know he's a perseverer, he's a strong motherfucker, and he's a positive dude, and, like, we've both learned a lot off each other as best friends, along with a lot of my friends, but me and Josh have been on, like, this kick for a while, but, yeah, so, freaking manifesto, dude, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, start planning your lives, start planning for the longevity of your happiness, start being happy today. When you wake up every day, do not get out of your bed without saying, I'm going to have a good day. If you believe in God, God, please help me have a good day. Help me to stay positive. Help me to grow. Help me to become the man I'm supposed to be, or woman, or help me, to become this in my career. But, that's it. That's episode 3, bro. 32 minutes. Not bad. I'm cutting it down. I'm getting more to the point. I really had no topics or any discussion going into this. No past back story, of catching up. Like I've done the first 2 videos. Because now we don't have to catch up. Now we just release every week or two, every 2 weeks, every week, just to where you don't have to know where I'm at the last year. Now this is it. Tune in, bro. Prodigy's Prophecy. Support the gang, bro. Oh, and shout out to the Simple Life, dude. Clothing line. Thomas Everest. Man. I seen your shit on Facebook, bro, and I'm going to give you a shout out, man. I know you're doing your thing, bro. And obviously G1, Damon Franklin. Shout out to you, my guy. Shouting out to all the local brands. You're just promoting growth and promoting wellness and, becoming who you want to be. That's awesome, so I'm going to shout it out. I'll give you guys all that. Just tune in. Let's do some freaking, let's work together. Let's all work together, bro. Simple Life. I'll wear a Simple Life shirt on my next episode or something, you know what I mean? Just networking is a big thing in the industry, so appreciate you guys. Deuces. Prodigy's fucking Prophecy, boy.